Hello, I'm outside again. I'm getting bit by bugs, and the bugs are coming after me and attacking me. But you know what's great about getting attacked by bugs is that they make a sound, right? So if there's something buzzing around my ear, I can react to it and kill it. Crazy, right? That's what I want to talk to you guys today about Planetside 2 and the absolutely dog shit horrific state of the audio in that game. Now, to preface this a little bit, if you've been around here for a little while, or you've caught any of my streams in the past or stuff like that, you'll know that one of my biggest complaints about the game for the last several years has been the non-fucking existent audio in the game. And what am I talking? I'm talking about basically the only audio that plays for enemy players with any consistency is voice callouts and gunfire. Now, if you're not a long-time player of the game, if you didn't play back before the PS4 code merge, so if you haven't played the game before 2015, any comments you're going to make about you can hear the sound and you know what I'm talking about, shut the fuck up, because you don't know what I'm talking about. If you never played the game pre-PS4 code merge, there's nothing for you to contribute here, because you literally don't know what I'm talking about. And you did not experience the sound engine as it existed in those times. Now, what I'm talking about here, and there's a video that I'm going to link, that I've linked. Some of you guys have probably already seen this before, but there's a video on Visigoto's channel that I link all the time. And I think the video is Terra at Toramar, and it's Visigoto, and I think he's like in a 1v10, 11, 12. He's basically versus a squad of these NC guys. And what you probably won't notice, well, I don't know, because people that play the game today and didn't play the game back then, you might actually notice the richness of the audio. Like being inside a two-story building and being able to pretty much count how many guys were pushing the downstairs door, depending on what surface you were hearing them run on. When you have the game knowledge, knowing where a guy will be based on, okay, well, there's this little path that's metal, and off of it on either side is grass, and I can hear the guy go off the metal onto the grass. So now I have an indication to know where he is, and I can play accordingly. Or if you've watched any of the old videos, basically anything pre-2015, if there's a light assault jetpacking up a meter away from you, there's a loud-ass fucking sound, because there's an internal combustion engine on the guy's back. Yeah. This game had one of the better 3D directional audio systems that I've ever experienced or played in. And we all know, you guys know how much I love shitting on the game, but that was one thing I couldn't take away from the game. Besides how good the gunplay felt and the audio, it was good. It was really good. And I've struggled to find games that, especially modern games, that approach that level of fidelity. And talking back then, like, we are not talking about like elaborate sound setups. Like, I wasn't into all that shit yet. But if you did have an elaborate sound setup, or even just a sound card with some nice quality studio headphones, man, like, the audio experience that you could get in the game was fucking, you could really sound whore in the game. And I didn't do that before I got into AC, but once I got into AC and started talking to Vizzy and all that stuff, he introduced me to all that stuff. And it was like, holy shit, this is actually really good. And then they did the PS4 code merge, and I think something happened in there where they had to butcher some shit. Because, of course, you're constantly, whenever your game has code development with consoles, and it's primarily a PC game, or if it's a PC game that shares development with consoles, you're always at the mercy of how shitty is the hardware and how out of date, at like 4 or 5 years behind the PC hardware, is this shitty console, to where things that might actually work and be good on PC are, you just can't run it correctly on console. Now, I don't know the specifics of it, and I'm not even 100% sure that this is why, but after the PS4 code merge and construction and all that shit, 2014, 2015, after that, there's, I think, just been a steady regression in working audio in the game. And it's extremely frustrating. And more often than not, it just leads to free deaths from people that you would literally never die to if any fucking audio actually worked in the game. Now, I know some people know what I'm talking about. And what's even crazier is when I was playing in 6v6 back in the day, like, sound was so fucking critical. When there was always another LA on the there was always an LA on the other team, and his entire goal the whole fucking match was trying to set up flanks and get around and do stuff. And on maps like Pale Canyon and stuff, like, a lot of the time I would be sitting up on the roof with my sniper, you know, being his butt buddy, his little bodyguard. I had to have that audio. I had to hear the fucking jetpack of the guy coming up to flank Troy. And when the audio worked, and more often than not, I just killed a guy based on sound, and he had to find a different way to do it. He had to come in maybe in a lower angle, come up the stairs, or basically he was shut down because he made too much fucking noise. That never would have been a thing in today's audio engine, because the fucking sound of the jetpack doesn't play. Beyond that, that's the regular jetpack. The other little shitty jetpacks, the Ambusher and the Icarus, barely make a fart. Now, I get it for the Ambusher and all that, but I would like to hear something sometime. But beyond all the jetpack stuff, the fucking footsteps, man. Listen, first of all, I'm not complaining about not hearing footsteps in bigger fights. I'm really not, because at the end of the day, there's so much shit going on, I don't expect to hear it. But when I'm at, on an off-continent 1-12, fighting 6 guys, like in a biolab or something, I think I should expect to hear some kind of fucking other player audio. Something. I was watching Seth's stream yesterday, and he was in a 2-story. He's up on the roof. He's not at a really big fight. He's at a 2-story, up on the roof, runs down, goes to run into the next room over on the opposite side of the building, and there's just 2 guys running in from the balcony, full sprint. Literally, do you hear anything over here? No audio whatsoever. Or if you're going upstairs, you're at the bottom floor in that building. Is there a squad waiting for you upstairs on the second floor? Is there 5 guys, 10 guys? You don't know until you walk up the stairs and see what's going on, because the difference between what it sounds like being a full fucking squad of dudes up there and 0 people or 1 guy, it's the exact same. So the audio's dog shit. Part of this, I think one of the reasons, one of Rel's legacy features, being a lead game designer, is his persistent goal of compressing the skill gap in the game. The entire time the man was in charge of anything or working on the game, every single change that guy made to the game was intended to help shitters, because shitters are his people. Like Sirius is the shitter shepherd. Rel is ultimately the big fucking poobah of shepherding shitters. He's ultimately responsible for compressing the skill gap as much as possible, trying to weed out and make as many actual good players quit the game as possible, so that his game can just be filled with people who suck dick at the game, who will pay money to buy guns and other stupid shit. That was his entire goal as a lead game designer, and I'll believe that till the day I fucking die. And I'd love to ask him that question. Hey man, how did that work out for you, by the way? to just cater your entire game to shitters the entire time you worked on it, to compress the skill gap in every single fucking patch. How'd that work out for you, man? Where did that get you? Where did that get your game? Is your game better now? I mean, you're biased, so you'll probably say the game's better now, but objectively, the game's probably as bad as it's ever been. Oh, my device is too hot. My video quality may be affected. Anyway, what I'm getting with it at that is, I think the reason why no one says anything about the audio, or you'll never hear anything from that fucking dipshit, whoever the lead sound guy is on the game. Have you ever played the game, man? Like that should never be a question I have to ask a lead sound guy on an FPS game. First of all, do you understand what type of game you're working on? Sorry to interrupt you farting in the bathtub to record sounds for Underwater Osher, but I need to ask you, have you ever played another FPS game in your life? That's the first question. Number two, have you played this game? Do you know that players are supposed to make audio and produce sounds from themselves? And I'm not talking about teammates, because for some weird fucking reason, I can hear every teammate footstep loud as day. I can hear every teammate jetpack loud as day. I can hear stupid shit like an enemy pulled an NC max at a base, and I can hear him 150 fucking meters away across the base stomping around, but I can't hear a guy who jumps down right on top of me before he starts firing his gun. And I'm one frame, then I'm dead. What do you do at work? What do you do at the office? I don't know. Do you work? What do you do all day? Because you're certainly not playing the game. So I think the reason why we don't fix the game, why we don't fix quality of life stuff like the audio, now I'm not asking, like I said, I'm not asking to hear every single fucking thing at a 96 plus. I know there's a lot of shit going on. But if I'm at a small fight, I should hear fucking absolutely everything. Okay? And this isn't a matter of headphones. I've used so many different headphones. I've used Bear Dynamic shit, Shure shit, HyperX fucking shit, Logitech shit. You fucking name it. I've used fucking sound cards. I've used the fucking mini DACs. I've used the Focusrite shit I'm using now with studio headphones, gamer headphones. It doesn't matter. Equalizers. The problem is with these people who come out and say, oh, I can hear it just fine. It's like, well, you're just full of shit. You're lying. Because you can't, the problem is you can't make an equalizer for the game, and you can't multiply sound that doesn't exist. You're multiplying by 0. So how are you magically recreating sounds? And everybody that says that shit, okay, show me gameplay. Show me gameplay where you hear the sound in the sky. Now, don't get me wrong. I think every once in a fucking while, once an hour, maybe, once every 3 hours, I will hear a jetpack. I will hear a guy running on a surface near me. But it is so terribly awful and inconsistent. That's right, the majority of the time, I just fucking play music anymore. Because the game is not going to give me any fucking audio cues that I actually fucking need. So I just play music the whole time. I've been doing that for a long time. But when I turn the music off, or if I play off stream, and I don't have music on or anything, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm fighting 2 guys at a 1 to 12, what's the fucking difference? Why don't you fix the audio in the game? Fix the audio. At Humberto Sanchez RPG, whatever the fuck your name is, man. Do you not fix the audio because you know that would reintroduce some of the skill gap back into the game? Because I know there's some shitters out there who think that hearing audio and reacting to it has nothing to do with the skill gap. Well, of course, they're fucking retarded PlanetSide players, and they're wrong again. Because take 2 different people. You take one guy, hears a sound, doesn't react to it. Tunnel visioned, doing whatever he wants. Shitter. Take another guy, hears a sound, knows that sound, can identify instantly what it is, where it is in a general location, has game knowledge already to know if it's an immediate threat or not based on where he's at in the fight on the base, and he can react to it and make a play or choose not to. That's been taken out of the game. That's not in the game anymore. And it hasn't been in the game for a long time, and I just want to know why. Is it because you don't want that, your crusade to fucking smash the skill gap? And shit like this pisses me off because I have to listen to these fucking droning morons type and make videos and shit about how the game is catered to the best players, the game's catered to the 1%. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? If the game was catered to the skilled players and the 1%ers, don't you think the fucking audio would work? I don't know. Go ahead and listen to that fucking video. I'm going to link the video down below, and I want you to listen to the fucking audio. Listen to the audio in that video. And then try to come back and lie and tell me that that's the same audio engine that you're playing in today. And if you're a casual shitter and this is something you don't pay attention to because you're not conditioned to, because since you've been playing the game in the last few years, there is no fucking worthwhile audio at all. Think about what we lost. You know? That's why the audio pisses me off so much. Is because it used to work, and for fuck's sakes, even the directional audio in 2042 works decently, man. Like, that game can't do fucking anything right. That game is fucking fundamentally broken in every aspect. Absolutely every aspect of that game is fucked. And the directional audio kind of works. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.